Hello everyone, good to see you. Thanks for joining me. How are we all today? Well, come and join me. Get yourselves a cup of tea or a coffee or whatever it is you'd like to drink, because today I'm going to do a very chatty video. I mean, I know my videos are always chatty, aren't they? But yeah, I'm going to have quite a deep chat with you today, because I'm going to be telling you all about my favourite products from the drugstore, or the chemist if you're English. And I'm just going to be talking about some of the more affordable items of makeup that I think are incredible. I think they're absolutely outstanding. And I'm going to show them to you, and I'm going to talk you through them and just explain why I love them as much as I do. I'm going to have a sip of tea first. Oh, lovely. So yeah, I've had my channel a couple of months now, and I've got a couple of hundred subscribers, and I want to make sure that I'm giving you the kind of videos that you want to watch. And I'm very aware of the fact that so far my videos have been quite high-end based, haven't they? Most of the makeup that I've spoke about has been high-end. And I just want to know what you think. Do you like the more high-end content, or would you rather I focus a bit more on the more affordable side of things? Personally, I have items from all price points in my collection. It's probably about 60% high-end, 40% drugstore / affordable makeup that I use myself, and I'm equally as happy. All of these drugstore products that I'm going to talk to you about today I've got on my face right now, and if you don't want to spend a lot of money on high-end products, you really don't have to. You can get a beautiful face of makeup using these less expensive products, and I'm really happy with how my face has turned out today. I think it's really nice. I'd be happy to wear this to go out, daytime or nighttime. I would, and I have. So yeah, I just thought I'd show a bit of love to the more less expensive products, because I don't know, we all want to save a bit of money, don't we? Especially at the moment. Yeah, so just let me know what you think. Would you rather I focus more on high-end drugstore, or maybe do a mix? Okay, so let's start then. I think I've got some absolutely fantastic products here. So I'm going to start at the beginning, where you would start in your makeup routine, and I've got a primer. Now, I don't always use a primer, not at all. I would only use one if I felt that my skin had certain needs on a particular day. Now, it's springtime, we're just coming out of the winter months, and through the winter my skin can get quite dry. And at those times, I would probably want to use quite a hydrating primer, a smoothing primer, something like that. And the one that I've been using is from Revlon. It's this one. And I think this is absolutely fantastic. If you just want to smooth out the skin on your face before you put your foundation on, I think this is great. It's called the Photoready Prime Plus Perfecting and Smoothing, and it's a makeup and skincare primer, it says, and it's infused with vitamin B5 and hyaluronic acid. Okay, and it's absolutely fantastic. This will cost you £11.99 if you're in the UK. It's a silicone based primer, and it's got the loveliest texture. If I just show you on the back of my hand there, so it comes out like that, and it just works its way in, and it just gives you a lovely smooth canvas for the rest of your products to go on top. And if I don't know if you can tell the difference there, this hand looks a bit smoother, doesn't it? Yeah, so as I say, I don't always use a primer, but when I do, especially when my skin is feeling a bit drier, I love this one. So have you tried it? I think Revlon has some really standout products, and I think their primers are one of the products that I like the most. Now, in terms of foundations, I have 3 favourites from the drugstore. And the reason I have 3 is that they vary in terms of the amount of coverage that they give. So if I am having a day where I don't want much of a coverage at all, I'm having quite a casual day, I just want to even out my skin tone and just cover up my redness, then I will use this one. And this is the NYX Bear With Me Blur Foundation. And I absolutely love this. I use it in the shade Light Neutral. And to me, when I put this on, I don't feel like I'm wearing any makeup at all on my face. Yet my redness, my rosacea is covered. Any enlarged pores I've got are covered, especially if I use that smoothing primer first. This is absolutely delightful. I absolutely love it. And that, yeah, this is the one that I would use on those days when I just want a more casual look. I'm going to talk quickly through the other 2, and then I'm just going to make an overall comment about the drugstore foundations. Now, the next one I have is a more medium coverage, although you can build it up, and it's this one. It's the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. This is amazing, absolutely amazing for the price. I mean, what is it these days? It's £8. There you go, £8 in the UK for this. And it is a fantastic, fantastic foundation. It lasts longer than it needs to for the price. It doesn't settle into my fine lines or wrinkles. It does the job of the NYX one as well, in that it will even out my skin tone and it will cover my redness. It's amazing. I absolutely love it, and it's been really, really popular as well, that e.l.f. one. I think e.l.f. do great base products anyway. And the third and final foundation that I'm currently loving from the drugstore is a longer lasting, more full coverage, more matte foundation. So if I've got a long day, or if I'm going for a night out and I really want my foundation to be bulletproof, I'll use this. And it's the Maybeline, excuse me, the Maybeline Superstay 30 Hour Foundation. Excuse me. Sorry about that, just had a little frog in my throat then, had to go and have a big drink. Anyway, so I was talking about this, the Maybelline Superstay 30 Hour Lumi Matte Foundation. This is incredible. I absolutely love it, and this is the one that I'm wearing today. It doesn't give a completely flat matte finish. It's called a Lumi matte, and I would say that's accurate. It does control oil, in my experience, but it gives you a nice amount of luminosity to your face so that you still look alive. You know, you don't look completely flat. Absolutely love it. My favourite matte foundation from the drugstore used to be Revlon Colour Stay. I used that for years and years and years in my 20s and my 30s, loved it. But now I'm a little bit older, I'm finding this one is a lot more flattering on my skin. So these are the 3 foundations. So I've got the e.l.f. Soft Glam, I've got the NYX Bear With Me Blur, and I've got this Maybelline Superstay. Absolutely love all 3 of these, and I'd highly recommend them to anybody. I don't think you can go wrong. The only drawback, I will say, with all of the drugstore foundations, in my experience, is the colour range. So particularly in this one, in the e.l.f. This is great if you can find your shade. And for me, I mean, obviously I'm a sort of fair, light-skinned white person. I struggle to find my shade in this. I've actually got 4 of these that I've bought because none of them match me completely. I have to mix them together. So obviously that kind of negates the point of trying to save money by buying this, doesn't it? If you're having to buy a few to find the right shade. So I will say that it's amazing if you can find the right shade. And with this one as well, this is a bit dark for me. This is probably more of my summer shade. It's the 115 I have this in. But the one that was lighter than this was far too light for me. So this was the closest. Again, sometimes the shade can be right, but the undertone can be a bit off with the drugstore foundations. So if you are very, very warm toned or very, very cool toned or olive toned, I think you might struggle. This one is light neutral, but on me it pulls warm. So as much as I love all three of them in terms of the finish that they give and how they last and how they wear on my skin, the colour with all three of them is slightly off. Now, I kind of deal with this by sort of varying how I apply it, or if it's a bit too pinky, I might use some more bronzer or something like that, or I just kind of sheer it out as much as I can as well, so I don't have any like harsh demarcation lines. So yeah, if you can find your shade, these are great products. If you can't, if you are somebody, like I said, who is very olive toned, for example, or if you have a deeper skin tone, you might need to go to one of the higher end brands, unfortunately. MAC are very good, Fenty are very good. And I know that they're not like the top end of high end, are they? They're more sort of mid-range. But yeah, I think the drugstore still has a way to go in terms of the shade selections. So that's my thoughts on that. Now, moving on to concealer, the one that I have here that is my absolute favourite from the drugstore is the NYX, again, Bear With Me Concealer Serum. And I love this. It's a really thin texture and it's got a pump. So the packaging for drugstore, I think, is fabulous with this one. You can see it's quite a thin texture and it's called a Serum foundation, and it really does feel moisturising as it goes on. So what I would do, I would apply a little dab of that to the back of my hand, and I'd either get my finger or a brush and just tap it into where I want it on my face and blend it in, and it's gorgeous. It's absolutely lovely. It doesn't settle into my fine lines or wrinkles again because it is that really serum-y, hydrating formula. I find that really flattering, and that would be the one that I would choose from the drugstore. Now, in terms of a highlighty product, I'm enjoying using liquid highlighters at the moment. And the one that I would choose that's on the more affordable end of things is the e.l.f. the Halo Glow Liquid Filter. Now, this has been quite controversial. It's a very famous dupe for another very famous product, isn't it, this one? If you are familiar with the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, you may well have heard of this because this is a really, really good dupe for that one. Yeah, I prefer this one actually. I think I get a much smoother finish on my face. It's exactly the same sort of packaging. You get the big, huge doe foot applicator. I'll just put some on the back of my hand there and show you. Yeah, I love this. There's nothing sparkly about it at all. It just gives a lovely, glowy, luminous finish. And if you just put it on your cheekbones, on that cheekbone area here, and maybe in the summer, if you put a bit on your collarbones, it just catches the light in a really lovely, flattering way, and just brings some light and life to your face. And again, I mean, there aren't that many colours in this. What shade do I have this in? I have this in number 1. This is the lightest. I do think that they could bring out an even lighter colour than this. So again, shade range isn't great, but if you can find a colour that works for you, I think this is a fantastic product. Now, in terms of powders and setting powders, my current favourite one from the drugstore is from L'Oreal, and it's the True Match powder. Now, L'Oreal True Match has been out for many, many years, hasn't it? The foundation used to be my favourite, the L'Oreal True Match. When I was in my 20s, I used to use that all the time. But this True Match powder from L'Oreal is gorgeous. It's reasonably finely milled. I mean, you can't see that, it just blends into my skin. But I love using this just down the T-zone, just to set my makeup and to control any shine. And it's a great colour for me. It's 4N Neutral, this shade. and I think it's a lovely setting powder. The other setting powder I like from the drugstore is from No7. What's it called? I can't remember what it's called now, but I think they only do one pressed setting powder at No7, and that is lovely as well. It's more of a finishing powder. That one's more of a setting powder to me. Now, moving on to bronzer, which would be the next step in my routine, I'm going to show you, I've just mentioned No7, haven't I? And my favourite bronzer from the drugstore is this one by No7. And it's their matte bronzing powder. And this shade is called Sunray. And again, it's absolutely beautiful. I'm just going to show you. This is the mid-range colour in these bronzers. When I bought this one, they did 3 different colours, which again, it's not ideal, is it? They should do a few more shades than that, in my opinion. But it's an absolutely beautiful matte bronzer. The texture is gorgeous. It's smoothing on your face. It's not too orange. I really, really love it. I love using that. And the other product that I've got as well is actually from Kiko Milano. And it's one of their face palettes. It comes in a box like this. And you've actually got a bronzer and 2 blushes. Now, there's a Kiko in most towns and cities in the UK and across Europe. And I hardly ever hear them talked about on YouTube, and I don't know why, because some of their products are outstanding. They're so good. And the packaging, I mean, look at this packaging. It's beautiful. It's a high quality plastic. You get a mirror, and it's got a good hinge on the mirror. It stays put wherever you put it. They're just such high quality products, and they're all made in Italy as well, which is a good selling point. The bronzer here is, I would say, it's a natural satin finish. It's not matte, but it's not at all sparkly either. And the blush in the middle, I would say, is a satin finish. Again, it's got a luminosity to it. It's not completely matte, but it's got no sparkle either. So I absolutely love those 2 shades. And this blush here on the end is your more shimmery, highlighty blush. Put that over there. And you can just see the amount of shimmer and glow that one has, can't you? And the pigmentation as well, for an affordable product, is absolutely beautiful. Now, this is the peachy toned palette. Let me see, what's the proper name of this? It's the Kiko Multi-Finish Trio Blush and Bronzer Face Palette. And this is in the shade 01. Now, it's a peachy toned, this one. The 02 shade is the more pinky toned, and they do a 03 as well, which I think is like deeper, darker shades. So if you have a darker skin tone, that one would definitely be worth going in and having a look at. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. I use it a lot. And if you want a matte blush that's also in the peachy family, I'm going to take you back to No7 again, because I absolutely love this one, their single blush. This is in the shade Peaches. And as I say, if you want a matte blush, it's a lovely pinky peach shade. This one, it's soft. It does feel pretty finely milled, actually. It's got a really decent amount of pigmentation to it. And I think it's a really, really decent quality blush for the price. Yeah, I wouldn't be without this. I've used No7, this peachy tone blush, for a long time. They've changed the packaging a few times. They changed the name of the shade a few times, but it's their matte peach toned blush I've used on and off for many years. Really like it. Now, moving on to eyes. If you want to use an eyeshadow primer to make your eyeshadows last longer and to really bring out the pigmentation of the colour in your eyeshadow, then I really recommend the Milano one from the drugstore. It's amazing. It's the cap screws off like this, and you need the smallest amount just on your fingertip, like that. And it's not completely clear or see-through. It does have, you can see it, And if you blend that in on your eyelid, it gives you the smoothest canvas. It neutralizes any pigmentation that you might have on your eyelid, and eyeshadows go on beautifully over this. And it's about £10, and it will last you for months and months and months, and probably even years, this little size. It's a really, really great one. Now, moving on to eyeshadow, I've got 3 palettes and 2 singles here that I want to show you. Now, if you're in the UK, in Superdrug, we have a company called MUA, which stands for Makeup Academy. And they do these little 5-pan palettes here. I don't know if you've been into Superdrug recently, but these they're between £3 and £4. Honestly, it's ridiculous. I don't know how they do it for the price. But this one, it's called Natural Wonderlust, is the colour scheme, and this one is called Bronzed. Now, let me just show you, let me just wipe off my hand there, because I want to show you some swatches of these. They are amazing. This is the Neutral Wonderlust, and you can see I've used it quite a few times. This is a gorgeous transition colour. It's so soft and creamy. It's beautiful. Let me just go over that again so that you can see it. Absolutely gorgeous as a transition shade. And this deeper one here, I mean, they just feel so creamy. You never get any fallout. There's no powdery kick up at all. But the standout shades in this palette for me are these shimmers. Oh, that just feels so nice going into that with your finger. Absolutely glorious. Let me show you this. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. For a drugstore palette, I mean, it's under £4. I just can't believe it. And on the eyes, they look absolutely beautiful. So if you are near a Superdrug, I recommend MUA and have a look at these palettes. And I know I've got 2 neutralish colour schemes here, but they do others. They do one that's got some lovely green shades in as well, and I would highly recommend those. Again, I just don't think you can go wrong with them. And also at the drugstore, in Boots, I picked up this Wet n Wild palette. Now, Wet n Wild, it's been around many years, hasn't it? Especially in America. Half of my viewers are in America, so you're probably very familiar with this Wet n Wild palette. This colour scheme is called Nude Awakening. And let me try it. It's a bit tricky to open. There you go, I've done it. I mean, if you like your neutral eyeshadow colours, which I do, this is fantastic. And it's actually what I'm wearing on my eyes today. And I'm really pleased with how this look comes out. Every time I use it, they've got a good amount of pigment. I get a little bit of kick up, if I'm honest. But for the price, I forgive it, you know. If I can get a look like this on my eyes at such an affordable price point, I mean, what was this? I think it was under £10 from Boots. And obviously if you use your Boots Advantage card, you save up the points, you know, you could even get it for free if you save up enough points. I think this palette particularly is incredible. And if you like warmer colours or if you like brighter colours, they do some different coloured palettes as well, which you might like. Now, going back to Kiko, which is one of my other favourite brands, if you don't want a palette but you want a single eyeshadow, they do these. And again, absolutely beautiful, made in Italy, amazing quality, lovely satin textures. Where have I got a clean bit of hand? Up there. Beautiful champagne colour shimmer there with that one. This one is in the shade number 21. The shades have letters in Kiko. And I've got a darker, sort of more shimmery warm brown as well. So creamy in texture. It's fantastic. I'll put this one up there next to the other one. Absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. Again, no glitter, no fallout, nothing like that. They're easy to use. They blend like a dream. Absolutely love them. Now let me see, how much are these? £7.49 for one of these. Absolutely love them. It was actually going in Kiko and looking at their products that inspired me to do this video, because honestly, they're made in Italy. They're made in probably the same factories as a lot of the higher end brands. There's only a few factories in the world that actually manufacture cosmetics. And I just think they're amazing. And I don't hear anyone talk about Kiko. I don't know why. They're brilliant. I also love their eyeliners, and I've got one here. What's this called? It's the Kiko Unlimited Precision Automatic Eyeliner and Kohl. Okay, and it's in this beautiful foresty green colour. It's number 11. It's a retractable pencil, so you don't ever need to use a sharpener. Gorgeous. If you like your green eyeliners, that's an absolutely beautiful shade. And because they really are waterproof as well, so I like to line the upper lid with these, and it never transfers up here on me. It just stays put, and I think they are amazing. You do get the smudger on the other end as well. Oops, come off. So if you do want to go over and just smudge out your line, you can do it with that end of the pencil too. Yeah, fabulous. Now, another eyeliner that I really like is from Rimmel. So if you have a Rimmel London near you, they do their Scandalise range of eye pencils. And this one again is a retractable pencil. Such high quality for a brand like Rimmel. It's fantastic. So it's retractable. You just twist it up. You never need to use a sharpener. This one is in a lovely chocolate brown. It's actually called Chocolate Brown 002. And if I put this line here next to the Kiko one, so it's a thicker line, it's a softer pencil, so it's nice if you put this on and then give it a few seconds and then go over it with either a brush or a smudger or even your finger, just to soften out that line, and then a few seconds more and it will set and it will stay put. You do have quite a bit of time to work with these, but it is a much softer pencil than the Kiko one. They've both got their pros and cons, but I love them both and I regularly use both of those. Now back to NYX for an eyebrow pencil. So if you've seen my makeup videos before, you will have seen me talk about the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil. It's very thin, it's got a lovely fine nib, and the colour taupe is just right for me. Well, NYX, you may have heard of this. I've actually lost the cap of this because it's been well used. It's been in my makeup bag for a long time. But this, what's it called? The Micro Brow Pencil is amazing. It's similar to the Anastasia one in that you have the spoolie on one end and you have the very thin, there you go, the very thin nib on the other side. And I have this in the shade taupe as well. And there you go. And this is fantastic. I know this is a lot of people's favourite eyebrow pencil and I really like it too. If I'm being completely honest though, I prefer the Anastasia one only because of the colour. Again, with higher end brands, I think you get more colour choices, and I like a little bit of warmth in my eyebrow pencil. I don't like them to be too ashy because I do have warmth in my hair. I just think it suits me a bit more. And the Anastasia taupe shade, I just think suits me the most. But in terms of the formula of this and the staying power and everything, I think it's really good. So again, if you can find your shade, if you can find a shade that suits you and your colouring, this is a really good one. Now, mascaras. If you want to save some money on your mascara, I think you absolutely can. And my top picks would definitely be from Maybeline. I love the one in the pink tube. The Lash Sensational is brilliant. And I also love this one. It's called the Falsies Lash Lift. And if you know me, you'll know that I always need to use a waterproof in a mascara because I can get fairly oily eyelids, so mascaras can smudge on me if I don't use waterproof or a tubing mascara. This one is lovely. It's got the natural bristle wand. If you prefer the plasticky wand, then go with the Lash Sensational. But I highly recommend the Maybelline mascaras. I think they're really, really good. So moving on to lips. Now let me bring all my bits and bobs over here. My favourite lipstick from the drugstore is these ones from Maybelline, and this colour in particular. Now, what's it called? It's shade number 630 Velvet Beige, and it's in the cream finish. And it's just, these are just the standard lipsticks, aren't they, that Maybelline do. And this colour in particular, this Velvet Beige, is what I wanted Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk to be. I do have Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk, and I do wear it, but I have to wear it with a darker lip liner, or else the shade of it just washes me out, I find. Whereas the shade of this, if you want a neutral lipstick, it's that perfect pinky beigey nude. And as I say, the colour of this is what I was hoping the Charlotte Tilbury one would be. And this is really comfortable on the lips. It doesn't last a particularly long time, but that's okay. For the price and for the colour, I will forgive it that. I don't mind topping it up through the day. I think it's amazing, and it is my favourite lipstick from the drugstore. If I want to pink it up a bit and make it look a bit pinker, I'll use a pinkier liner underneath it. It's quite versatile like that as well. So I love that. Now, in terms of lip liners, I've spoke about this before. I think the best ones that you can buy are again from Kiko Milano, these retractable lip pencils. They last such a long time on me. They last for hours. And this colour in particular is my favourite. It's 504. Again, retractable, don't need a sharpener. And it's that beautiful rosy pink shade. I absolutely love it. And sometimes I just want to use a liner with a gloss over it. And my favourite glosses from the drugstore is this one from Rimmel. It's the Oh My Gloss range. And this one is in the shade Snog. Cheeky, beautiful. I love the L'Oreal, just these standard lip glosses that L'Oreal sell. I think these are really, really excellent as well. And if you're in the UK, Bourjois is back. Do you remember Bourjois makeup? They're little round blush pots. That was my first item of makeup that I ever bought back in my mid-teens, I think I was. Well, they're back. They disappeared for a while, didn't they? And now they're back. And these lip glosses here, I think are absolutely beautiful. I got this from Superdrug. What's it called? The Bourjois Paris Gloss Fabulous Lip Gloss. And this is in the shade Standing Rosevation. And if I just show you, it's got one of these quite precise doe foot applicators, and it gives a lovely amount of colour and a beautiful gloss as well that will stay on your lips, and it smells lovely. It reminds me of sherbet. Remember the sherbet bib dabs that we used to get when we were little? The smell of this really reminds me of that. And I've also got one of these. If you want a longer lasting lipstick, again, we're going back to Maybelline now. They're Super Stay ink crayons. These are amazing. I got into these during the pandemic, actually, when we were all wearing masks, and I wanted a lip colour that wasn't going to come off. This one is in the shade, what's this called? Stay Exceptional, this shade is called. It's number 25. And if you want something, as I say, that's going to last a long time but still feel comfortable on your lips, I think this is great. And the last product I've got is from Revlon, and it's one of their glossy lipsticks. Let me see, what's it called? The Revlon Super Lustrous, and this is in the shade Glossed Up Rose, and it's one of those beautiful, balmy, glossy lipsticks, and I absolutely love that as well. So there you have it. Those are my top picks from the drugstore. If you're into your more affordable makeup, and let's face it, who isn't at the moment? In terms of the brushes, I love Real Techniques brushes. I think No7 do some good ones as well. You can absolutely get a beautiful face of makeup using more affordable products. Everything on my face today is lower in cost. I'm using all of these products on my face today. If you'd like me to do a separate video showing how I applied all of this to my face, please let me know in the comments, and by all means I'll do that for you. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you find it useful. If you want to ask me any questions at all, please go ahead. I'm always happy to answer anything that you want to ask me. And I will leave it there for today. So I'm going to go back and finish my cup of tea now, and I will speak to you all soon. Okay, bye-bye.